Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today it's time for the mid-month mini mission inspiration for May. I don't think you could cram any more M's into one sentence. I've got the prompts already printed off, so what I'll do is I'll turn over to my overhead camera and I'll go through the prompts and I'll explain what I'm going to do for the mid-month mini mission inspiration art challenge. God blimey. Sorry, did I wake you up? Sorry, Mr. Bentley, did I wake you up? I've just moved in my chair and woke Mr. Bentley up. Never mind. Right, okay, so here is my art tag journal, which I normally use for my mid-month mini mission inspirations. That's the acetate cover. I still haven't done the back properly, or made a proper cover really. But I've cut my my substrate for the tag for this month out of a piece of thin grey board. So this was the back of a writing pad. But you can use anything you want, whether you want to use cereal packets or thick grey grunge board, it's entirely up to you, or just use ordinary paper, watercolour paper or mixed media paper, whatever. Entirely up to you. So just before I get into those, I did use the acetate cover for my template to go around and then cut out. But that's done and dusted. So these are the prompts for the month. So we've got the letter L was pulled out at random from the pot. So the words for month are lemon, lavender, lattice, ladder, and lunar, as in lunatic. So but I'm going to go with the lavender, because that's the one that I kind of gravitated towards when I was putting these words together. As you can see, I've already put a kind of lavendery background behind the card. I must have had that in my mind when I was doing it. So that's what we're going to work on today. So, but I'm also going to introduce some yellow colours, some lemony colours into the background as well. So I'll move that to one side and I'll move the tag journal so I don't get paint on it. And then we've just got the tag, which is what we're going to be working on here. So paint wise, I've brought in, or I've gone into my collection and got my Americana, Deco Art Americana paints. So we've got bright yellow and I've got sunny day, which are those two. Green wise, we've got avocado, which is dark green obviously, pistachio mint, and then I've got desert cactus. Oh, and the yellows, I've got true ochre as well. So we've got 3 shades of yellow, 3 tones of yellow, shades, and 3 values of green. There you go. But I've also got, and I know everybody knows that purple's not my favourite colour, but we can't do lavender without doing purple. So I've got morning mist and orchid, 2 purpley colours there. But I needed a really dark one, and I don't have one in the Americana Deco Art, so I've had to dip into my Dina Wakeley's, and I've got blackberry. So we've got a real nice, so we've got 3 tones or 3 values of colours in which to do my art tag. So just move that out of the way. So what I want to do is I want to put some gesso down on here. So I need to try and find some white gesso. I've put everything, oh, just look at that. I could just put my hand on it straight away. And I've just realised that the last time I used gesso, I didn't clean the brush. Oh, dear me. Right, so in that case then we'll have to use a different one. All my other paint brushes are currently in the bathroom waiting to be rinsed. Let's see if I can find another one. Excuse me, just talk amongst yourself while I find another paintbrush. Let's have a look. That'll do. That one there, that'll do. That's big enough. Okay, and I've said before, most of my brushes are short-handled because I've got the camera above my workstation and it's on autofocus. If I had a long-handled one and I lifted the paintbrush up, it would try and focus on the end of the paintbrush, which would be up here somewhere. And that's not what we want. That's why I always use short handled brushes. Occasionally people have asked why I use short handled brushes rather than long handled brushes. Okay, so before we do anything, I just want to get rid of that mat. So if I get any paint, then it's going to be fine to go onto that mat. So the white gesso, just grab some from the lid, and I'm just going to go a kind of real painterly swathe across the tag. I'm not even going to go all the way to the edges because I want a kind of grungy edge or frame to the tag this month. I don't want to go completely edge to edge. I want to leave a little bit of like grungy texture. You know the sort of thing that I mean. Okay. So we could leave that to dry. So while I go wash my brushes, that will probably dry on its own, just soak into the grey board. Or we can use the hot gun, which will dry it extra special quick. But because I'm going to wash those, there's no real need to waste electricity. So I'll be right back. Okay, so my gesso is dry. I've got a couple of clean paintbrushes. So I'm going to bring in that Sunny Day paint, which is the light yellow from Americana. But I'm also going to bring back that gesso. So what I'm going to do is just going to get a little bit of the white gesso and a little bit of the yellow, and then I'm going to pretty much do exactly what I did a little while ago and just go over, but just adding in some mottling, blending in a little bit of the white to lighten it up in areas. So darker in some, lighter in others. Just helps to vary the background rather than having a solid dark colour in your background. It just adds a little bit of interest and texture to work on. So you can see the white underneath in that kind of grungy frame, which is great. So I'll just clean that brush. Excellent. Now then, what did I do with my, there it is. I tidied my tissue away. I'll keep it down here by my feet. There we go. All cleaned and done. So what I want to do next is I want to bring this stencil, and this is my grunge damask stencil. So what I want to do there is I've got a ink blending foam, and I'm going to bring in just a little bit of that darker yellow. That was the bright yellow, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that paint onto the sponge, and I'm just going to just go around adding a little bit of kind of texture. Now most of this actually will probably get covered up, so it's just a layer of extra texture, if you like, in the background. So I can put that to one side, and again I just need to get that dried off. Okay, that should be enough. So we've had a little bit of cracking. Haha. Who'd have thought it? That's fine. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is to add some green into the background. So I've got the desert cactus and I've got the pistachio mint. And what I did previously with mottling the colours, I'm going to kind of do again. So I'm going to bring some of that dark in, and then I've got some of the light. There we go. So we've got two different shades of the green. So I'm going to pick up some of the green on one side of the brush and some of the green on the other side. So we've got two. So when we do that look, you've got different kind of shades of green. So what I want to do is just kind of start bringing in and this is going to be the background, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So a little bit more. That pistachio is kind of disappearing a little bit. But that'll do, I think. So I'll just clean that up. I know people will say that's a bit of a waste, but you know, it doesn't cost a lot. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in with the pistachio again. So I think actually the avocado has dried a little bit too, let's get rid of that, a little bit too heavy. So I'm just going to bring in a smaller round kind of brush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start just layering in some kind of foliage kind of brush strokes, just to kind of break up that block of colour. So you do get the effect of kind of shadow in the background, but that'll do. I'm not going to go mad. Okay. Okay, so my green background is kind of dry. So what I want to do is I've just added a little bit of those three shades of the purple there and left that pistachio where it was. So we've got the morning mist there, the orchid, and then the blackberry. Was it blackberry? It was blackberry, that one there. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that orchid on my brush, and I'm going to kind of draw a kind of rectangle colour block. So almost square, but with rounded kind of edges. And this is going to be the basis, or the base, for my lavender flower. So I'm going to draw another one similar. This brush isn't very good, it's a bit stiff. Not as soft as I would have liked it. So bring that kind of down there and fill that in too. And then down towards the bottom I'm going to do another one. Similar kind of shape. And that's going to be the basis of my lavender flowers. Okay. And then I'm going to work on top of those with the two colours. Okay, so I've got one of those water brushes here. Now, the only reason I've got this is because I've just tried to find a brush with a smallish kind of head to it that wasn't too rigid, and this one seems to be the only one that I've got that fits the bill. Right, so I'm going to pick up some of that morning mist, and I'm going to kind of come down on the middle just and start adding in some kind of lavendery or little blobs, just uneven. And I'm going to do the same thing on all three shapes. I'm hoping the camera can pick up the colour. It's not too subtle. There we go, it's a little bit grey, so it is kind of subtle, but it breaks up the purple, that orchid colour. Okay, while that's still wet, I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab some of the Dina Wakley Blackberry. Now the Dina Wakley Blackberry paint is it's more heavy bodied. So we can get some bigger kind of dots. A bit more texture into it. Like so. I know I've stopped talking, haven't I? That's fine, because I'm concentrating, I'm constipating. And I'll turn that one round. I'll try and do the same sort of thing there. Almost kind of pointillism. Impressionistic, if you like. And I'm not going for photorealism. I'm going for the idea of French lavender. Sorry, did I not mention it's French lavender? Not English lavender, but French lavender. And the reason I've gone for French lavender is because French lavender has this peculiar, beautiful kind of characteristic that at the top of the flower it has these, what I like to call bunny ears. and that's what I've got this brush for. So let me just get rid of that paint on that brush there, and I'm just going to pick a little bit more of that grey, and I'm just going to go in and just break it up a little bit. Out the way. Don't want it to be totally solid. Just kind of break it up a little bit. Okay. And now I can come back in with this one, and then I'm going to grab a similar sort of thing that we did before. So on one side of the brush we've got the darker colour, and on the other half of the brush we've got the lighter colour. And what I want to do is I'm going to kind of create this kind of twirling sort of like ear that you get on a lavender plant. And then you see what I'm trying to do, and then push down, and then as you come towards the, I'm just going to twist and then lift. You see? It's lovely. And then again do the same thing. This one, push down, let the brush spread, then twist, and then spin it, and then from here down, twist, and then run right through the middle, push, twist, turn, a bit more there, and then we'll do this one. So this one I'm going to push quite hard. So I start light, then push really hard down, and then just twist and lift. And then again, down hard, twist and lift. Down hard, twist and lift. One more. So push, twist, lift. How's that? I think I might just do one more, just down here. Maybe should have put a little bit more orchid colour in that one. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Paint off the brush. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little bit of that pink colour, and then some more of the pistachio. And then I'm going to just kind of paint in a stem. And then like so. And then I'm going to bring in the avocado again. Just drop a little bit on there, along with the pistachio. And then just a tad of of that darker avocado. Oh, hang on. Desert cactus, not avocado. So we've got pistachio, desert cactus, then avocado. So I'm going to take a little bit of the dark, that avocado, and a little bit, you can see on the brush, I've got two different colours. And then I'm going to just kind of paint in the stems. The reason I'm doing two different colours is because obviously I want the darker shade to look as though it's in the middle. That's it. And then I can just bring in create a little bit of shade on that plant. The lavender plants just have a little bit of a purpley top on the stems, but I think I like that. I like that a lot. But what I want to do is actually just drop that in, come back in with this white. And I've got a little fan brush. I'm just going to take a tiny little bit of white paint, some water. That should do. That's it. Maybe just a bit more. Yeah, and just do a very light. Bit of ethereal splattering. There we go. So let me just quickly dry this off, get this cleaned up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, let's just zoom in a tad. So I've got a white jelly roll pen, and all I want to do is just, where I can, is just come in, just add in a few kind of subtle highlights. Just I know it's very subtle to see, and then I just want to add some little kind of doodly dots just down that lavender. Okay, I think maybe just I'm picking up some of the paint. It's subtle. rather than do it in black. I think I'm happy with the way that's turned out. So have I normally signed and dated these? I don't think I have. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't. I think I will do this time because I'm particularly proud of this one. I like this one. So we'll sign this one at the bottom and put today's date, which of course is the 21st, but you just had to check. And there you go. So on the back of there can go my sheet. Let's see if I've got any glue left. It's definitely started to run out. But that should do. That should do us. And I'll stick that on the back so that I know what my inspiration for the month of May was. And I'll just put a little tick next to the lemon and the lavender. So there you go. There's my art tag for May's mid-month mini mission inspiration. Now then, what did I do with my hole punch? Oh, there it is. Now then, am I going to be able to get through? Because it's quite thick material. And then I can add it. So let's put a little mark, just so I can see where to go. That's it. And then the punch. Wish me luck. Oh, crikey. Right, so we're going to add that to the tag and then put the cover back on. There we go. So there, as I was saying, is my art tag for the mid-month mini mission inspiration for the month of May. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this art tag. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. And don't forget, that's the URL for the Facebook group on the screen there. There'll also be a clickable link in the description area below. Why not pop across and join us in our monthly art challenges? Go on, stretch yourself. That's all from me. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.